What's good, leaders? Welcome back to another episode of Newer Leaders Podcast. I'm your host, Kyrie Green, and today we got a very special guest with us. My man right here, he doing a bunch of great things. He done lived a ton of lives, involved in a bunch of amazing activities. Yeah, we gonna jump into that. Appreciate you for coming out.
Appreciate you for having me.
Man, no problem. We gonna get a leader some game. Introduce yourself. Let them know who you are and what you do.
What's up, y'all? My name Maj. I'm from Southwest Philadelphia. I do a little bit of everything. I do a little bit of concert promotions. What else I do? I do the artist management. I do a little bit of music A&R.
Yeah. So how you been, man? How you holding up?
I'm good. One day at a time. Just living life.
Listen, that's how you gotta take it, one day at a time.
Yeah.
Man, Southwest putting on. I ain't gonna lie. Southwest doing their thing, man. A lot of individuals from Southwest, they doing some amazing stuff, especially your cousin, man.
Yeah.
Trey, man, tell Trey we gotta get him more. Every time I talk to him, I'm like, yo, like, you gotta sit down, we gotta do an episode. He be like, no, like, we gonna lock in.
We gonna
he was
come.
like, yeah, we gonna lock in. Yeah. We gotta get him up on here, man. So you mentioned you do music, you doing a lot. A&R, concert promotion, all that type of stuff. Artist management. What got you in all that stuff?
Honestly, probably like as a kid, just growing up, like my mom, she can always let me go outside a lot of times. So to stay away from the streets, I'd be in the crib playing a game and listening to music. And so like music was always with me for a long time, a long period of my life. But maybe it's about like my second year of college. That's when I started really like, I came to college to be a sports broadcaster, the communications and cinema and all that. So after a while, I felt like, nah, I gotta do something that's like really passionate, something that I'm passionate about, and that's when I got into the music. But the crazy thing is, when I said I want to do music, everybody around me said, "Oh, we already seen that for you. Like we seen you head in that direction." So like, music just my passion. Like music is everywhere when you think about it, though.
No, it is. Like some music is all over. Honestly, like there's music that tie into a bunch of different things. I took a music class here, and she really had us like really dissect a lot. And when she had us like really like listen to a lot of stuff, like just instruments, like she would tell us like, yo, I want y'all to pick y'all favorite song, but I want y'all to listen, like really listen, not to what they're saying, but listen to like the instruments. And I'm like, wait, some of the songs I listen to, I'm like, yo, I didn't even know they had this stuff even in there, like in the beat and all that. If you really think about it, music is all over. Like music tie into a lot of different things, a lot of stuff. So growing up, it already like a part of your life, it motivated you to get into this, and a lot of people already saw that for you.
Right.
So once you jumped into that lane and you started doing all of these things, what was like your first thing that you wanted to do? Like your first thing that you wanted to accomplish? Like, yo, I gotta do this.
I was heavy on the music A&R and trying to get into those rooms and figure out exactly what I wanted to do. But as time went on, when I had did my first show, I realized like I want to do both of them. I want to do the music A&R and the concert promotions. So like the concert promotions, it's just kind of like just putting on shows and booking the biggest artists or just booking the artists in general, and just entertainment business is like a big business that is always gonna be around for whatever. People go broke, they won't pay their car note, they won't pay their rent, but they be at a concert.
No, listen, Chris Brown, what is it, the Breezy Bowl?
Yeah, Breezy Bowl.
Man, they went crazy for that. It's a bunch, like entertainment is a big industry, and just like you said, like a lot of people would, man, I ain't even paying the bill, I'm going to this concert. Like they'd choose that, especially for like their favorite artists. Like there's a bunch of artists that people like, man, yo, I gotta go there. Like what's one that NBA man never went on tour. His first tour, and everybody like, yo, I gotta be there. Like this is a once in a lifetime experience. I gotta be there.
Just like Rod Wave.
Yeah, no, for sure. Now that's another crazy. Yo, everybody they canceling all their plans. Right. They canceling their whole day. I gotta be at that concert.
I gotta be.
Like, they talk about it as like a therapy session. Everybody like he was hinting that he going on tour again soon. And everybody like they posting clips from the last concert, like, yo, it's almost time for me to go to therapy again. Like,
bro, I gotta tell you, like, I went to like maybe 3 Rod Wave concerts, bro. It's just the atmosphere is different. Like, it'd be no negative energy. You go in there, you'll see an old head, you'll see kids in there. Like, it's just like it's a therapy session. It's like you forget every problem that you got going on in there. It's like peace.
His tour that was last year in November, I was there. I went to the day 2. right? And my folks went to day one.
Yeah,
When
I'm a
I
day
was
one.
there, I sat in the suite,
Yeah, that's what I
and
did.
I'm think, yo, you'd be surprised. The old heads that was in the suite with me, man, they was like, I'm looking back, I'm like, damn, you know
Dang.
this song like that? Like, why you know this song like that?
Right.
Man, no, like the atmosphere and just everything, it was just crazy. Like then he had this thing where the stage like it lifted
Lift
up
it
and
up.
he
Yeah.
was off near the crowd. Yeah, it was wild. Like it was wild. Everybody loved it. What like you said wasn't no negative energy. Everybody was just vibing. And it really felt like a lot of people would really look at like his style of music as like some form of therapy because it's like his music, it kind of makes you tap in with your inner self in a
Right.
way. Like, and there's a bunch of artists, like a bunch of artists that also do the same thing, and they really look at these people as like, damn, like what he talking about, I feel like I can relate to.
Relate to. And
Yeah.
that be the common thing nowadays. Like people want to listen to music that they can relate to, or like they can
Mm-hmm.
put their self in or vision they self in. So like
Yeah.
that's why they feel like they connect with the artist so much.
Yeah. No, definitely. A lot of like even myself and a lot of people I know, they rather listen to music that they feel like they can relate to rather than just listen to like, bro, this nigga talking about something I don't. I
Right.
can't relate to what he talking about. I need to hear something that I can relate to, especially when it comes down to like that style. Like it's like pain music in a way. And he talk about he give a bit of, the things that he went through.
Right.
And a lot of people can relate to that exact situation or something similar to it and they be like, damn, that's why I fuck with Riley so
Right. He
much. Yeah, like
just telling his story. But looking at, so we see the concert side. So we go there as fans. We see the concert side. So where I come in at, or where I want to be at, is
mhm.
the things behind the concert, like to go into the production. You was talking about the stage lifting up. Make sure you
Yeah.
got the right production team. Make sure you got the right sound team.
Man, I'm gonna be honest. So where I was sitting, right, you would like the suite. You were able to see like the back, like the under everything, under
Right.
all the seats and all that, and you could see like a bit of the back. It's so like on the back end, like the behind the scenes of the artist singing, whatever, rapping, all that.
Right.
It's so many people helping the operation like go. Like it's
Yeah.
so many people they checking the sound, checking the camera, like lighting. It's so many different components that play into just an artist going on stage and performing.
Yeah. The
Like it's a
production
lot of
team.
people that's behind the scenes to make this stuff happen. Even like for example, is a few times like something may go wrong with artists on stage. You see people running out there making sure
Yeah.
something right. Maybe they mic falling off or something. They try to help them out. So like talk about some of the things that go into like artist coming out to perform on stage. Like talk about a bit of behind the scenes.
So first off, very from the start, I'll probably say about like the contract negotiations. You want to make sure the contract is right for you and the artist. Make sure you're both benefiting. Make sure there's wiggle room for. Make sure you be able to pay the production team, because production team, they do a lot. Like you say, you see them in the back running around and making sure everything right. And when you see them out there running real fast, that means something not going right. But you
Mm.
always know when you're planning a concert, anything can go wrong at any time. So you want to make sure that you have people on standby, ready to make things happen quick. Selling the tickets, you want to make sure you're selling the tickets, because how you gonna be able to make money if you're not
Yeah,
selling the
ticket
tickets?
sales. Yeah.
Ticket sales. So you want to make sure you can bring in an artist or someone that's able to has such a nice fan base and that has a big fan base to be
Mm-hmm.
able to group the fans in, so you can make the money. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So like for artists, right? How important is it to have like A&R or somebody on their team who's gonna push them to be in these spaces to be able to really see growth? Because like a lot of people, they make music, but a lot of them talk about they don't really have like somebody who's really pushing them to be able to get in these spaces, network with people and grow. How important is it like is that role like to have Phil?
Well, every successful artist, I'm gonna say, they all have a strong team. It might be some that have one person per here and there, but every artist has a strong team. So it might have your manager, you have assistant manager, you're gonna have somebody that's dealing with your finances, you're gonna have somebody that's even just pushing you to be there. You might
Mm-hmm.
just keep them around just because they inspire you or give you motivation. So in everything you do, you want to have a strong team, because that's what keeps you on the right track.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going to keep everything in order, because nobody can. I'm going to say nobody can really do it on their own. Even when I was been with Humble and the clothing brands, you always got to have a sturdy team that's going to push you and push the brand. Or as artists, you are the brand, so you want to make
Yeah.
sure you have somebody behind you that's pushing the brand.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably just say like they all do different things. Like Like I'm on my cousin's team, Trill.
Mm.
I help him send out emails, pay for the beats or whatever. But sometimes you just got to be there to push him. Like he texted me that day, he was like, "Thank you for believing in me," and that was just something I was like, "I'm doing this because not only be family, but I believe in you. Like you
Mm.
could be the biggest artist in the world. So having a strong team is everything. Without no team, a lot of times things are gonna fall apart."
No, seriously, you gotta have like a team because I was speaking to somebody and they were saying like, yo, you can't do everything on your own, especially once you get to a certain level, and you can't be in a bunch of places at once. You can't be in a meeting conducting business and sending an email out to make sure you lock in, your spot for a concert, or lock in stuff with tour that deal with stuff with the label and all that type of stuff. You can't be in a meeting and handle the emails at the same time. So you need like somebody to, help you. All right, I'm in the meeting. Make sure you take care of the email. So all of this on the other side would be cool. Like there's a bunch of stuff that go play into just like having a brand. And I'm not just talking about like clothes, like being an artist, making music, all of that stuff.
Hold
You
on, hold on.
mentioned
I said, let me
look.
get into this right quick. So I gotta look in the camera when I say this. When you have a team, make sure everybody's playing their part. Say you're on a team for artists. Everybody can't be the artist. That's where things get misconstrued.
Yeah.
Everybody want to have a shine on them, or they want to be. You're on a team for the artist. It's the reason that you're on the team and you're not the rapper. If you want to be a rapper, lead a team and go do that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody want to have a shine. You
Yeah.
cannot have a shine all the time. You're going to get your shine when it comes.
Yeah.
You, I've been in the background for a lot of years and doing things on different teams for doing a lot of things. So I know my position. I'm going to be behind. I don't want to be in the spotlight all the time, but people going to know who I am. They're going to know
Mm-hmm.
who I am because of how successful the team is.
Yeah.
The more the successful your team is, the more you'll be successful. It's people behind Meek Mill or the biggest artists in the world. They all had a team.
Mm-hmm.
You see them, but when you get in those rooms, you're going to be the person. No, it's talk to my manager, talk to my team.
Mm-hmm.
That's how people know who you are. So just make sure you're playing your part on the team.
Yeah, no, that's important. 'Cause I was just speaking. A lot of people I sat down with, they artists, they doing things, and that's something that they talk about. If they do have like, if they're searching for a team or they have a few people, they talk about, yo, it just feels like a lot of people don't understand. Like, yo, if you on the team, just play your role. You don't gotta be in the spotlight. There's nothing wrong with not having the spotlight on you all the time. You getting all the praise, all the shine, and you behind the scenes. And I like to look at that like, yo, if the team won, you
You
gonna
won.
win. You
Exactly.
play your part. You push the artist, whatever the person that's out there. You push them. They won. You
You
won.
won.
You play your role, and the team go up. You gonna go
You
up.
gonna
And
win.
I like to like look at it like MJ, Scotty, and Dennis, right?
Right.
When people think about the Bulls and all of the stuff that they done did, they think about MJ.
Right.
Nobody really think about Dennis, or people talk about Scotty, but Dennis
Scotty.
is the one that really like people like. But Dennis played his role to
Bro.
the fullest.
The whole team. Look, you
Yeah,
only think about Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr was a
exactly.
nobody even think about Steve Kerr.
No,
MJ said, "Are they gonna come to me? I'm gonna pass the ball out to Steve Kerr. He hit the game winning shot."
exact. It's stuff like that. Like, it's a lot of people like individuals don't think about when they think, oh, the Bulls had this crazy run. They just think about MJ. No, if it wasn't for the rest of the team playing that role, MJ wouldn't have been able to do the things that he did or be known for doing the things that he did.
Right.
Everybody on the team played a part in that, whether they was on the court helping him out, off the court helping him out, making sure he was hydrated, warming the seat up for him, whatever the case may be. They had, they played their part, and in the end, everybody got a ring.
Everybody got a ring.
Everybody got a ring. That's an
Yeah.
example of you play your part on the team. The team won, you won, and
You
there's
won.
nothing wrong with not being in the spotlight. Cause hey, you get in a ring, and all you had to do was sit on the sideline.
Right.
Hey, let me go perk up on the sideline. You go ahead and get this ring. What you need? What you need me to do, man?
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Make sure when you're on the team, make sure you got the best interest for the person that you're working with.
Mm-hmm.
Leave the envy, leave the hate out. When you got the best interest, that's when you win.
No, seriously. You win, the team
The
win.
team
You
win.
push that person, and the team go up. You gonna go up. That's
Yeah.
how it is. So you mentioned, you was involved with Humble.
Yeah.
Talk about that experience and how that like did it motivate you to continue to do the things that you were doing, or just talk about like some things where it kind of played a part in getting you to where you are today.
So this is a nice little story. So I met I met Zay originally. He did a fashion show at my college, Kutztown University.
Mm-hmm.
That was in 2022. So that's when I first met him. He knows my face. We worked a little bit together with the model. I did a little bit of modeling down college or whatever. So then that was in May, maybe in June. He's about to open up his store in the fashion district. So he had interviews. So that day I was the last person to come to the interview, but I had on a button up shirt, some black dress pants, and some dress shoes, McQueen's.
Mm-hmm.
So I think might have nobody got hired from that joint except for me. But
Yeah.
I was the last person. But he told me I was on his Instagram and everything. He was like, "Oh, he came dressed up. I had my resume in hand." So at first I didn't get hired, but I kept hitting him up. I think I hit up Big Duke a couple of times when he was
Mm-hmm.
working with the brand. So I think the day before the grand opening, uh, they hit me up like, "You come in." I couldn't come in that day because I was working at my uncle on a Fres down Frankfurt.
Mm-hmm.
So I was working there. And he like, "Nah, you can't just leave." And he African, they be real
Yeah.
strict.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they ain't going for that.
So when I finally got in there, I was just grinding. So I know like I came up, you come in the job, you gotta show them that you worth something to the
Mm-hmm.
team.
Yeah.
So I was in there, I was grinding. I was there until about 20 I left, what's that, 2024, I think, June.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But during that whole time I didn't see a lot, I didn't work a lot. We didn't drove to LA in the van, we hit up Houston, hit up the DMV. I met a lot of people, I made a lot of connections, just people seeing my face. Met celebrities. Like when I was on that team, I was doing a lot. I was overplaying my position, but I had
Mm-hmm.
the mindset of if I win, the team gonna win. So
Mm-hmm.
like if the team win, I'm gonna win. So
Mm-hmm.
like I sent out emails to artists. I know they come in the city. Or could we get y'all these clothes? Or I'm talking to people in the DM. I ran the page. I'm asking people, could we send you these clothes in your PO box? Just I met a lot of people. Even when we went out LA, like that was an eye opening experience for me, just because I'm from Southwest. I never been to LA,
Right.
so just being out there, networking, meeting people here. Somebody I met out there. I met Mont Brown out there. I met Neil Davis. That's when I first had my first encounter with Nah from Stocked Up. I met a
Mm-hmm.
lot of celebrities. We Rockford Nine. We seen Lotto out there. We seen a lot of celebrities out there. And that just
Mm-hmm.
opened my mind up to like I can be in a bigger world than Southwest. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, definitely. I had an experience like that as well with my brother Sakar. We went out LA and it was just like, yo, whole different world. Like I'm like, damn, this was out here. Like
Yeah.
it was crazy. Like it was so much inspiration. Like you said, a bunch of networking opportunities out there, a bunch of people you can meet, celebrities or people that's behind the scenes and they just got a lot going on. Like it was eye opening, especially coming from our environment. We don't really think about all of the stuff that goes on outside of our environment, outside of Philly, outside of the U.S., all of that type of stuff. And then when you see it, you're like, damn, like this is like it'll open you up to so much more. And you're like, damn, like, all right, yo, let me try experience things other than what I know, because there's a lot that goes on outside of what we know.
Yeah, I'm getting this. Like a lot of people I just named that I met in LA, they all Philadelphians. Like Mont Brown, he's an A&R for Columbia Records.
Mm-hmm.
Not from Stocked Up, he has his clothing brand. I think is one of the hottest clothing
Yeah,
brands in
no,
creative.
yeah, definitely.
Who else I met out there? Neo Davis, he's an entrepreneur. I just met him like I was working on the truck. He came on there, he tipped everybody $100,
Mm.
and it's just like you tipping us $100. You from Philadelphia? That's just showing like you
You
can
doing,
make you
yeah,
doing
no,
it.
you
Like
doing it. It's crazy. I was just speaking about that brother because someone mentioned the those courts that got redone when he had came here and had that car show and all that. He was
right,
talking about that, and he was like, yeah, I want to have an event on there. I'm like, why those courts got redone? They like, nah. I'm like, it was a whole event that was held, car show, boom, but everything was out there.
right.
He was like, nah, I ain't know nothing about that. I'm like, so you don't know who Neil Davis is? He's like, I don't know nothing about that. No, we just talk about that, but I didn't know who he was until that event where I saw all the cars driving through the city, and then I saw all the stuff. I'm like, who is he? And what do he do? Like,
Somebody else I met out there too. I almost forgot about. His name is it's something Lim, but he on Happy Ice and he good friends. I think he grew up with Milano.
yeah, he's also that's somewhere that's a place that I visited when we went out LA. He's from Philly and he went out there. Yeah, he doing
He
some
doing his
great thing.
thing
He
out
doing his
there.
thing out there. And I ain't gonna lie, heck yeah, it's good as hell.
It's good.
It's
Yeah,
good as hell.
that's like they got water ice in
Yeah,
LA.
yeah.
People don't be knowing
People don't
about
know
water
about
ice.
that.
Like, yeah,
People out there they not familiar with none of that stuff. Like outside of Philly, they don't even call it like that
yeah.
water
They
ice.
call
They
it like
got it.
icy
Yeah,
or
icy, or some people don't even know what that
Italian
is.
ice.
Yeah, like some
Yeah,
people don't even know what that is. Like they don't know what it is. You go out to somewhere else, they be like, "The hell is water ice? I don't. What is that? You mean icy or like
yeah.
Italian ice? No, water
Like
ice.
we talking about
Like
earlier, even just being in college, like bringing our Philadelphia culture to all these different colleges, and you talk a certain way, or if you tell them about certain things, they're not too familiar with our culture. But Philadelphia has one of the strongest cultures in the world. Like,
no, definitely.
my thing is, a lot of people from Philly, they kind of want to be like other people, but our culture is so rich that like a lot of people want to be like us. They want to look like us. They want to talk like us. They just want to be like us.
Yeah, no, we have like a strong like influence on a lot of other people, and I didn't realize that until like I had family that moved, like whether it was down south and stuff like that, and they got down there. It was like, yo, everybody loved them just because they was from Philly. Like it's crazy. Um, Now you talked about being in college. How was that experience for you?
For me, college was like a eye opening experience. Like a lot of people say you might not need college, but a lot of times college is where you do your networking. A lot of people I met in my life that's in my life right now, I met through college, or I feel like certain people might take you seriously if they see that you're in college and you're doing good, as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to you being in Philadelphia. And not saying nothing wrong being in Philadelphia, but like a lot more people take you serious. That's what I'm gonna say. I always feel
Mm-hmm.
like for the things I'm doing now, I wouldn't need a college degree for, but when I get in those certain rooms, it's kind of like a status thing. So
Yeah.
like I'm showing my status just by having a degree as opposed to somebody
Mm-hmm.
that's on the outside. I'm not gonna say you gotta work harder because you still gotta work, and I'm still working hard right
Mm-hmm.
now. It's just like I said, it's a status thing, and you networking, you meet a lot of people. You never know who you're gonna meet. I just told you I
Yeah.
met Humble at college, and I was there for 3 years.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no, college is something like now with how everything is going in the economy, like college is something that is like, yo, you'll need some type of degree certification for whatever.
right,
Especially like having a degree. It just shows like you had the dedication to stick with something for 4 years or however long you was there in order to get a piece of paper. That puts you in other people's eyes, that puts you 10 steps ahead of somebody else who didn't go to college. Feel me?
and the resources too.
Yeah.
When we go to college, a lot of the things is free. Like we at Temple right now. This
And the
room is free.
studio, the rum free. Temple got a ton of resources. Every school, like every university, has resources for their students that is free. Like, and people don't realize, like, yo, I can go to college and have a bunch of this stuff that I can utilize for 4 years and take advantage of, and I can actually make something out of it. Like
Right.
college is like you can learn a lot from it, meet a lot of people and everything. And you talked about networking and things like that. How did you utilize college, like as like leverage for what it is that you're doing and the music and all of that?
I probably say like college plays a part in networking, but you also gotta be authentic. So when you're authentic, a lot of people gravitate towards you. They know that you do good business. Like, and just being at college, all the resources. Even when I did my first tour show, I shot a commercial, just promoing the concert, the announcement,
Mm-hmm.
uh, where we did the show at. We had the one of the rooms at school, whatever. It came with the stage, it came with the speakers. We rented some speakers too, so we have a
Mm-hmm.
louder concert
Yeah.
feel. But a lot of the things and the resources is free. So I'm gonna give you the breakdown of how I even. I know you probably can get to it. I'm gonna give you the breakdown of how the tour show came about.
Yeah.
So shout out to my old head Steph Piner. He owns half of Dope Shows and Dope Records with his
Mm-hmm.
partner Jameer. So Steph, this is a little story. So I was reaching out to them to about 2022 just to get one of my friends on their show, or whatever. 'Cause they wanted to have a young Philadelphia artist. Had a friend that was a upcoming artist, and he had some good numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So I reached out to them then. I reached out to them a couple more times. At the time they wasn't reaching back, but this just goes to show I reached out to them since 2022. I didn't do my first show with them until 2025. So that's just motivation for y'all to keep on pushing and keep on trying, because you
Yeah.
never know. You stay consistent and you show them that you are willing to work. You see where the outcome can get you. So
Mm-hmm.
Steph, I talked to Steph a couple of times, and he ended up hitting me back, and he was like, do y'all have somewhere y'all can do a show at down Kutztown? And I'm like, yeah. So once he said that, I kind of had an idea where we was about to go with it. So he said, okay, I want to do a show. We could do a show for tour down there. So then automatically I went and booked the room. Got somebody at the school to book the room for me. I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of networking. I had a DJ who did the show for me for free just to gain the experience
Mm-hmm.
and network a little bit for
Mm-hmm.
himself to show the people he can do it. Only thing I think he might have paid for might have been the speakers, and the speakers just to have them like loud and just a good atmosphere.
Yeah.
So once we got that, I was doing my thing. I'm networking with everybody else. I'm promoting the show. Tor reached out to me a couple times. Even when he reached out to me, like it was a little bit after or like a couple weeks before the show, and he was like, "Young and like you're doing it right." He was like, "I like where you." This week he said, "I like where you're carrying." He said, "You're doing it right. So I might even need you on the team."
Mm-hmm.
So just by that, that's motivation. Like I'm a youngin from Southwest. Like
Yeah.
I'm listening to Tor. Right, made Tor top 2 in the city of
No,
rappers.
definitely.
He
Tor
top 2, and
definitely
you
up
could put him
there.
at 1 or 2. Don't matter whoever
Yeah.
I'm saying, but you can't deny him. So
Yeah.
just hearing him say that to me, that just gave me some motivation. Like, yo, I could really do this. And he
Mm-hmm.
told me I'm doing the right way.
Yeah.
So, and he told me, he says money in this. Like, you gotta think, an artist, they just showing up to perform, and they
Mm-hmm.
about to get paid thousands of dollars, like
Yeah.
just to come up and rap the songs that they made.
Mm-hmm.
So, just by seeing that, and them telling me I'm doing the right way, that gave me some inspiration. Like, yo, keep going. So, once he told me I was doing that, he had it going a little bit. We got a lot of Kutztown's a PWI. I just brought
Mm-hmm.
somebody from the hood that made it from out the hood to a PWI. They
Yeah.
not doing it every day.
Yeah.
Maybe at
Nah.
HBCUs, they not doing that at
Yeah. Nah.
PWIs.
For real.
So once we got the show set up, we got all the resources, everything. The show going good. I'm printing out the stage passes. We got people opening up. And just the atmosphere. We sold a good amount of tickets. We had the young boy, I think it's a young boy, but he's a young rapper.
Mm-hmm.
We had YS and Oof open up, and
Okay.
he went on the interview with Philly First 48, Johnny Mack. He said he did a lot of shows so far, but he said the best show he ever did was at Kutztown University. And he might not say that I put it on, but I know I put it on. From just
Yeah.
hearing him say that, that gave me like, dang, like
Yeah. That's validation that you
that's
did your
validation that I'm
thing.
doing my thing.
Yeah.
And even when Tor came through, Tor came in, he had the crowd, going crazy. They did what they did. I'm glad that I had one of the DJs that did it. He had shout out Lil. He had a team come and record the whole like the concert, the
Mm-hmm.
behind the scenes, during the scenes, and the pages on my the videos on my page,
Mm-hmm.
and you could just see like I'm glad that he did that. It gave me content to work with. I could put it on my resume. I could put it on my LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So
That's all stuff that you use as social proof. Like, yo, that I'm able to really, organize all this and put all this stuff together. Especially, and I want to really touch on, you talking about being connected with the owner of Dope Shows. Just that dedication right there. You said you was reaching out to them and stuck with it for 3 whole years.
3 years.
Started in 2022 and didn't get in touch with them until 2025.
Yeah.
For 3 years you was dedicated, like, man, even though they're not getting back to you, I'm gonna just keep reaching out. Keep reaching out. And after 3 years of doing that, you finally got, an answer.
I did get a little discouraged, so I go back and unsend some DMs. But later on, like I was like, dang, I kind of wish I kept them because like that'd be motivation. Like even if they didn't reach out to me, it's certain people I reach out to. I think about unsending the DMs. I'm like, nah, because when I do make it, they're gonna see the progress. And
yeah, like that. Like honestly, I want to talk about a clip that I saw. Rod G was talking about this, and he was speaking about how as he grew and started connecting with people he grew up watching, inspire him. They would say things like he
I was
talked,
watching
yeah,
you the
like
whole
I was
time.
watching you the whole time, and he's like, well, damn, why you ain't
Why
been
you ain't
say
reach
something?
out to me?
Yeah, why
Like
I could have been. You feel me? But that goes to show, like you might be reaching out to them, and they might just keep seeing, they might just keep looking at it, like, yeah, I see you sending me a DM every day. Just keep looking to see like what
see
you
how you
going,
want.
see how you gonna carry
Let
it.
me talk about that right quick. My whole thing about that I never understood is I'm not asking you to give me a handout. I'm asking you to give me a hand. Maybe when you give me a hand, you might benefit more from me than I might benefit more from you, or
Yeah,
vice versa, or whatever. But I'm not asking for a handout. I'm asking you to give me a hand, and I'll show you. I don't got no problem putting in the work. I can
yeah,
put in the work, and I'm gonna grind. Like
yeah,
that's my whole thing. I never ask for a handout. When you come from the bottom, the only place you can go is the top. So
yeah,
what am I gonna lose from working? I'm grinding.
yeah. That's exactly what that's about. It's not like, I'm not asking you to just put everything in it. Like, yo, here, no, I don't want that. I'm willing to work for it. I'm just asking you to give me a chance to show you that I can work for this.
And that's something I always commend. I'm giving a shout out to Steph, and I always say this because even if things never go right again, or I never get farther or business wise with them, shout out to Steph because anytime I hit him up, he giving me advice for free. He hit me back. He gave me my first opportunity to do a show. He's the first person to ever put some money in my pocket off of music. I'm forever grateful for that, just because me reaching out to so many people, and I watch interviews daily. I watch podcasts all the time, and I watched one of his interviews. I didn't even know he went to Kutztown University.
Oh,
but that was by the time I seen that, we already got business going on. So like that was just an extra. That was even motivation for me. I don't know nobody from my school that's doing what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But the whole time, I already knew somebody that went to my school that's doing exactly what I wanted to do.
You just ain't know he went there.
I didn't know he went there.
That's something y'all could relate on. Like, damn, yo, I didn't even know you went to Kutztown. Wait, you go there? Yeah,
right.
No, like, that's crazy. It's crazy. He talked about, every time you reach out, he give you advice and all that for free. You got question and answer with no problem. I had a brunch with someone. He has a nonprofit. He goes by Your Fave Trash Man, and he was like, "Yo, if you got any question, just ask me. I have no problem with answering." And he's like, "Yo, I really believe that information should be given and not sold." Right. And he's like, especially for someone like yourself, you're young and you're trying. You're actually trying to do something positive. Right. Why would I not want to give you the information instead of selling it to you? Because he could have easily been like, yo, you got like in exchange for my word, my advice, with my time, a couple hours. No, right. He's willing to like, yo, all right, I got you. You got a question? I answer with no problem. We need people like that, like especially, and with us being young and trying to do these things, we're going to have questions. Like we're going to have questions, and it be like, damn, I'm asking you to get.
Half the things I be asking, I already be knowing. I just want to make sure I'm going in the right direction.
Yeah, like, or just like asking a question like to make sure like, yo, all right, I'm actually doing this right. Like it don't hurt to answer a question, or it won't hurt your pockets to just give me some game like right quick to make you feel me. Now I want to do a segment with you. A little something I do all of my guest speakers. It's called Leaders Toolkit. I want you to give the leaders 3 things that you feel like they'll need in their toolkit in order to be successful or see growth for what it is that they're doing.
Okay. 3 things. I probably say you always gotta have honesty, integrity, and my last thing, let me see, honesty, integrity. And I probably say be yourself. Be authentic.
I want integrity. I want you to dissect that. Because I don't usually hear that. Like, I don't usually hear people say that often. Right. But I want you to dissect integrity. Like, talk about that.
For me, I've been in a lot of mentor programs. So like integrity, it's just like, let me see, how should I break this down to them? Like,
yeah, I definitely.
Integrity is just like standing on your morals. Like, I always have morals. Nowadays, nobody don't have morals. And if they do, some people sell their morals. Like, when you have morals, and you have honesty, and you have integrity, it's just like it helps you keep being authentic, Something it's crazy. Another thing about college, sometimes you won't never even learn things in those classes that you really gonna need in the real world.
Yeah, no, for real.
I learned this from a CTM class, a cinema, television, and media class. The professor said, only thing you have in life is your reputation. Your reputation is the only thing that enters the room before you, and it's the only thing that stays after you leave. So we have integrity, your morals, honesty, like it's just you standing on your word. Don't go back on your word. Like I told Kyle I was gonna be here for the interview. Me just having my integrity and being myself. What if I would have canceled? What if I would have canceled on you? I wasn't standing on my integrity, or I wasn't standing up to something I said I was going to do. Like if I would have did the show and I wasn't standing on the right principles, or being cheapskate or a scapegoat or whatever, like that's kind of it. Like integrity is just standing on your morals. Like
I used to wrestle back in middle school, and my wrestling coach, he was big on that, right? Only solely because he wanted us to. He was big on being a student athlete, but he always said, "What comes first, the student or the athlete part?" Student. So you gotta make sure in school before you get on this mat, everything is in order. Your grades, all of that. And he always taught like it might be stuff where. So he worked at he actually worked at the school. He was the gym coach,
right?
But at the school, he was a wrestling coach. So he always like teaches Mike somebody might do something in class, or you feel me, they get in trouble, they go right to him, especially they know you wrestle. Yeah,
Right.
I'm going to McKay. Like, I'm
Right.
going to holler at him. I'm gonna go tell you. And then it'd be like, if more than like two people get a report from more than two wrestlers, we all get to practice. Yo,
Dang.
all of y'all, we running. Like,
Right.
we running. And then like he'd give us this speech, and he'd be like, man, like, integrity. And he always talked about him, like, he want us to have that. And he was like, yo, what y'all think that mean? I was be like, I guess just, I don't know. It's like, it's always integrity. You doing the right thing when no one is watching. Even if nobody looking, I want y'all to be doing the right thing. All of the stuff that we go over during practice, all of the talks that I have with y'all, I want y'all to be doing the right thing with no one is watching, because every action, every decision that you choose to carry out is a you're showing yourself. Like, you are a representation of you. So if you do put out, make a negative decision, or anything like that, that represents you. Just
Right.
like you said, your representation, your professor said your representation is the first thing that enters that is something that enters the room before you, and it's something that stays in the room when you leave. That's a big thing. Like, that is a big thing.
Right.
Especially like you in the music, somebody that's gonna be doing like a lot of stuff or in that industry, a lot of people might hear about you, what you about, what you stand
Right.
for, before they ever even meet you. And if it's like something that rubs them the wrong way, once you walk in the door, they like,
I don't
they
even
kind
want.
of stand off. It's
They
like,
might not even.
yeah,
You might not
yeah,
even get in the
not
door.
like for real. Like, they kind of, or even if you in there, they kind of stand off. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't really
You
know.
got stains on the
Yeah,
joint. You don't
no,
want to have no
like, for
stains on your
real.
name.
Like, and with my guy, I mean, Akbar, we talked about this. We talked about just like having your face clean. We came up with this thing called, like, it was like credit. We was talking about like credit.
Right.
And I was like, man, like, it's a couple people in my life that, like, yo, they cool anywhere. Like, everybody know they cool and all. I'm like, yo, like, how are you able to navigate through all these different areas in the city and everybody know you good? Like, yo, they like, yo, like, I keep my face clean. Like, everybody know I'm good people's, all of that. And we came up with this thing. Like, it's called character credit.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody will know you for your character.
Right.
And just like how you got good credit at the bank, they gon' yo, you can get approved for anything.
Right.
If everybody know you got good character credit, they gon' I got you. Like, you good.
Right.
Like, you gotta make sure that your face is clean, your character credit is good. Because if not, you gonna get
got a long way to go.
You got just like it's hard once you get your credit down. It's gonna be hard to build back up. It's almost impossible. Like, it's damn near impossible to get your character credit back up there, especially after you take it. You're like, damn, like, I'm gonna get this done back up there. Like,
and I feel like a lot of that goes back to just having the right people guiding you through life. Like, your old heads, like a lot of these kids nowadays, they don't have the proper guidance to even have the honesty, integrity, and respect. Like, for me, I always say this because growing up, I had two dads. I had my dad, I had my stepdad. I don't like to say stepdad because, like, he raised me since I was 9 years old.
That's the father figure.
And something I was glad to always have was my dads. They never had any beef. They always wanted the best interest for me. So like, them, that's kind of hard, the baby daddy drama. I'm saying, so just to have them even on one accord, to have my best interest. I always take that through life. That's why I always say I was so many steps ahead of the game, because I had the right people guiding me. They always feeding positive things into me. Even I went to mentorship programs. I went to this program called Boys Track growing up. Even in college, I'm still in a men's program called Ames. Like, it's just to keep you on the right track, and always make sure you got the proper guidance to make sure, how am I going to be in my best interest, when I got to make sure I'm guided correctly. Nowadays I'm the one that's trying to do the guiding. Like you said, I got my little cousin here. I know I got I have a little brothers, like, and just among my family, I have 17 siblings altogether. So like, yeah, that's a lot. Just because my mom alone just has 5 birth children, and she adopted my 4 cousins. So now, and they all still young. So like, I got to be the proper example for them. And then I have so many sisters. Like, I got to make sure I'm leading the right way. Like, and I always tell people, I don't have no problem staying down till I come up. Like I said, when you get at the bottom, only way is up is the top. So I got to make sure when I make it, they'll make it. I make sure they good for life, And that's just me just putting the work in. How I'm going to put the work in, got to make sure I was guided correctly.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's something that I talk about a lot, especially with the platform New World Leaders. Being an example and being somebody that your family can look up to, your community can look up to, your kids can look up to, is setting the right example for the ones that's coming up after you. Because there's a lot of people that might look up to you. Like, you doing a lot of stuff, a lot of great things. I know
Right.
there's a bunch of people that look up to you, whether y'all the same age or younger than you. This might be some people that's older than you that's looking up to you as a way. Like, damn, y'all can learn from him. And like, he teaching me some stuff.
Right.
Like, that's an important thing, and that's like that ties into the integrity thing. You're doing the right thing when no one is watching, and set like
Right.
these good examples for the people that's coming up after you, so they can be like, all right, I need to be somewhat of this character in order to be able to do these things. Let me steer in this direction and not over here. I need to be somewhat like this, have these characteristics, indulge in these activities, do all of these things in order to be where it is that I want to be.
Right. Even like when I seen you first announce the podcast, I said this is exactly what the community needs. Like I told them before, like, I seen you doing a lot of things, and I
Mm-hmm.
thought you were older than what you
Yeah,
were.
nah.
Cause like you kind of like me, you played the background for a long time until you start getting your shine. So like
Yeah.
I seen you. I told him like Sakar, we grew up on the same block. Like
Mm-hmm.
just seeing him, like you gotta think I just seen him from the riding his BMX
Yeah,
bike
riding a
to
bike,
owning
track
a
the clip.
store. Like
Yeah.
so I didn't see him. I've been around Humble. Talking to Steph at Dope Shows,
Mm-hmm.
like just putting on my own show. Even I talk about I know Big Duke. I seen a lot of these people in the
Yeah.
community doing a lot of things, and I've worked with them or whatever. It's like when I see you announce this podcast, I said it's exactly what we need because a lot of times, like you said, the youth might not feel they have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm somebody that played the background for so long. I had so much knowledge on certain things or how to
Mm-hmm.
move certain ways that now I can come on here and you just gave me a voice to what I know I can give to the audience that's
Yeah.
watching.
No, for real. And playing the background, like I'm gonna touch on that. Like we're being with Sakar and working with Premier Man D. Man, just like you said, you overplayed your part, your role. Man, I was grinding crazy behind the scenes, but I knew if I played my role and the
Right.
team won, I'm gonna
I'm gonna
win.
win.
I done played the behind the scenes with a lot of stuff, and I was cool with it
Right.
without having to shine. And then in a way, still, you were still being recognized, like, cause
Recognize.
it's like, man, all right, no, don't talk to me, but holla at Lil Kyle. Like, talk
Right.
to him about this. I
I
don't,
come to the store.
yeah,
You
like,
hug me one. You hug me one time. I come to the
yeah,
store. What's up, bro? All right, bro. Get his size from him. Get him right. Whatever. Even
yeah,
even that Chef Key Boom. I eat Chef Key Boom
yeah,
every
yeah.
day.
Kid, shout,
I need a sponsorship. Everybody know I eat Chef Key Boom every day. Like,
shout out my man
bro, when I
Key,
come home from
man.
college, the college food be bad, messing with your
Yeah,
stomach and all that.
what?
I come home, yo, I want a Chef Key Boom. Everybody
Yeah,
know what I'm
no,
doing. Like,
Chef Keith play behind the scenes with all of that stuff, but with all of that, all of that tied into who I am today and where I am now. They all gave
exactly.
me game knowledge, like playing behind the scenes. I'm gonna be honest, I like playing the back seat. I
Because you
like
don't
playing.
gotta be in everybody's faces
Yeah,
all the time. Like
like
some people might not even know who you is. Like they might not know who you are, but you might be the most important person in the
no,
room.
for real. Like I love playing the back seat. Oh, you need me to go talk holla at cuz, need me to go make sure that this person get their clothes, need me to go holla at this person, can send out these. I got you.
Yo,
Like I got you. You need me to shit, you need me to hold this bag
exactly.
with here, pass me that junk. Go ahead and do your thing. Like, no, it's like I love playing the back seat because you don't have to like people don't understand. When you are the person that everybody is looking for, you are the face that everybody know, yo, is a lot that come with this. Yo, you gonna have a headache. Like you
Yeah,
gonna have a headache.
it's a lot
Like,
of
and
work.
I done seen it firsthand. It's way more work being the person that everybody's looking for than
Right.
being the person that just end up, playing the backseat on the team. And you just wait, yo, I need you to do it. All right, but you on
Because half
call.
the time you want to get to the main person. The main person telling them to come to you. Like you
Exactly.
want to get to him, you gotta go through me, and
Yeah.
that's just what it
And
is.
it's crazy. Like it's crazy. Like somebody was talking about how they were able to connect with like so many different people and get their brand with and all these big video shoots and all that stuff like that. Will from Benny Peru.
Right.
He was telling me how he was able to connect with all these different individuals, get in touch, be locked in with Tiana Teller, have his clothes and future video shoot, all that type of stuff.
Right.
And he said, yo, I didn't do that by going straight to the artist. Yo, I was going to the person that, whether they did their shopping, they was, their stylist. I was locking in with them. And then I built a relationship with them and they like, yo, slide some stuff over here. I got you.
Right.
I'm going to lock you in with bro. And it was just like, it went up from there. it's nothing wrong with, like that person who, whether they silence, they play the important role. They play a major role, and you, just like you said, you got to get through that person and get to them. You are just as important as that individual. And the like I touch back on your favorite trash man. He said that he has a billionaire friend, millionaire friend, a friend that has a ton of money, right, and a lot of knowledge. And he asked him a question: what's the most valuable thing in the world? And his response was like, he said he didn't say time,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't say money, he didn't say knowledge.
Right.
I'm like, well, what did he
What he
say?
say? Right.
He said access.
Excess.
He said access. So to connect that to, with playing your role in the team, the person that is in the limelight, that's looked at as the star getting all the
Right.
praise, you have access to them. So you are just as valuable to them as they are to everybody else. Or you are just as valuable to everybody else that everybody perceived them to be. You are just as valuable. You are adding value to them, and they're also adding value to you. Y'all are one. Everybody is equally valuable. So when he said that, I'm like, damn, access. Why he say access? He's like, yo, think about it. You don't have access to knowledge, right? Or not you don't have access to knowledge. You have access to knowledge. You have value. You have access to somebody that is able to change lives. You have value, because somebody might come to you and you may be able to point them in a direction to get something that they need. Some might play in the middleman, but the middleman has value, and people might overlook the middleman.
Right.
Like, look at all the middleman companies that connect you with all these different individuals. DoorDash, Uber, they're a middleman, but they make a ton of money. And they are very valuable.
Right.
But they're a middleman. DoorDash connects you with the store, they get your food, they make sure you get a driver for the food to get delivered to you. That's a middleman, but they have a ton of value. There's nothing wrong with, playing the backseat or even being the middleman, because you just as valuable as the person who got it.
Let me say this: all having the access, all that goes back to networking. When you meet somebody, you want to make sure your network leave your best impression. Like, I'm gonna shout out my man Justin right now. Like, I ain't gonna say too much, but like my man Justin, JG, I met him down Kutztown, and I just met him through his girlfriend. I was friends with his girlfriend. I'm a friendly person, so when I met him, he told me a lot of people just want to get close to me because of his dad. I'm not gonna say what his dad does or who he is, but he does. I say, like, he's a big person in the music world. I said, dang. I said, for real. I said, I know you and we cool just because I know who you are. You know who I am. Later on down the line, I'm at every concert. He done got me backstage at some concerts, even working with Humble. I said, all right, I'm gonna let him see what he can do first to get in the shows, and then I'll use my networking and my connects to get us backstage at the show.
Yeah.
So he couldn't get us back there. I said, all right, I know my man's is at this show right now. I'm gonna call him. Yo, I'm outside and we got the merch. They're not trying to let us in. He made one call. Yo, came right through backstage at the Dirt concert. Like,
listen, networking gets you super far. That's an example right there.
And being authentic, like,
being authentic.
Make sure you be yourself.
You didn't even know what his dad did, none of that. And he like, man, I'm so used to everybody trying to get close to me because of my pop and what he do. And everybody's like, damn, you ain't even worried about having a genuine connection with me. Y'all looking past me and looking at him like, damn, what about us having a genuine connection? And y'all building a genuine connection opened that door for him being open and like, man, I got y'all. Y'all outside. I mean, bring him in. You feel me? You gotta, like, even if you are, somebody who has access to somebody that's, in a position, that doesn't mean that, I'm gonna just try, rub elbows with this person just to get
build a good relationship, because those be the ones that last the longest. Yeah. And they be the ones that you least expect. Like, bro, when you so authentic and you build those authentic friendships, those ones they're gonna get farther. You're gonna get farther in the world just by being yourself and making good connections. Like, and let me say this, like, now, even being at college, like, I go down to college, some of these guys gotta stop doing is acting tough. So, like, I'm gonna say this, I'm from Southwest. I know every street dude that you can name. Yeah. I know people that's convicted for murders, they on trial, whatever. When I call them, we on the phone laughing, or when they call me. When they call me, like, we on the phone laughing. I'm proud to see what you out here doing. You actually doing something, and stay focused doing all this. My little brother friends, not them, they from the county or whoever, they want to act tough, or they at college, they want to act tough. Y'all is not tough. I know real people that's out here in the streets that they don't act how y'all want to act. Y'all want to act fake tough. I know the real people that's tough, so I go to people. They could be mean mugging. This one time I'm in college, was mean mugging or whatever. I walk up to them with a handshake. I swear to God, I seen every teeth in their mouth from smiling. That's all they be wanting. They be want to act tough until you talk to them.
Yeah,
Like, bro, I'm not even on that. Like,
yeah,
I,
no,
I came from
seriously,
the hood. Y'all fake from the hood. Like,
yeah,
and I'm out here. I wanted people that's from my hood. I just posted the other day, and everybody was liking. They congratulate me. I ain't even graduated. I graduated this
mm-hmm.
fall. They proud to see that I'm doing good. Like,
Yeah,
I got cousins that been murdered, cousins that been convicted for murder, family murder, whatever.
mm-hmm.
And it's just don't become a product of your environment. Like,
Yeah,
you can do it outside of that. Streets aside, I'm the one that's about to do it. I don't know nobody from my hood that didn't graduated from college.
yeah.
I barely know people in my family, like my biological family. Nobody that I know graduated college, so they all happy and they
That's an
proud.
accomplishment.
Every funeral, my aunt tell me, I'm cousins my age that passed or younger. I'm glad you're not in the streets. I'm glad you on track and doing what you're doing. That just mean a lot.
That's
Like,
breaking the cycle,
breaking the
breaking
cycle.
the cycle. Like, and the touch on that, like, yo, it's a bunch of people that made these decisions that landed them in, incarcerated and all that stuff. And a lot of them, yo, they be like, yo, I wish I would have never even did that. Like, they really think about it. Like, yo, if I can go back and change that,
I
I
would.
would. Like,
For a
it's
couple
nothing
seconds.
wrong. It's a couple seconds through their whole entire life away.
10 seconds will cost you your
Not
entire
even
life,
10.
bro.
You
Maybe
don't even
maybe a
need
couple, maybe a
you don't
couple
even need
seconds.
10 seconds. You need just 2-3 seconds. Throw your
Wallow
whole
talk
life
about
away.
that.
Yeah, like your whole life away. Especially with him actually going through this. 2 to 3 seconds can throw your whole entire life away. Your whole entire life away. And when you think about it, you're like, damn.
Damn, like
Like, yo, I would probably maybe I should have calmed down, like something reacted differently, but it's already done, and
it's already
that's
done.
the importance of thinking before you do, allowing yourself to calm down. Like, all right, I'm feeling upset right now. Let me calm down and then respond, because I
Right.
may have a different response for this if I'm calm. If I'm angry, I'm upset, I'm on 10, I'm gonna respond like that. But where is that response gonna land me? Like, is it gonna put me in a position to be able to keep making sure my family cool, all the people around me cool, or is it gonna take me away from it? Feel
Right.
me? Like, you read?
Not as much as I want to. Like, I want to really start reading Wallow books. I
Mm-hmm.
remember, like, might have been last semester, two semesters ago. I wanted to go buy his book, but I think the website was fake or whatever. But I really
I
want to get
gotta
into
get
Wallow
his book. I
books,
gotta
like
get his
bad.
book.
Like,
But to connect like the book that I continuously talk about is called The Seven Habits of Highly Effective Teens. The first habit is being proactive, and I feel like that's like one of the most important habits in that book is being proactive. That's like step number one. But
right,
it talked about like we were just talking about thinking before you do. Being proactive is having an understanding that you are in control and not giving the control to something or someone else. You decide you want to respond to something that somebody else did
right,
because they got you mad upset. They have control over you when you could have said, you know what, let me calm myself down and I'm going to be in control of the situation, not let them control, the outcome of it.
right.
If they strike some emotion in you and you responded, they
They
had some
control.
control over you.
Right,
You didn't gave them control to your life and now you wherever you are because you made that decision. And you whatever predicament you were in because you allowed them to get you upset and react off of emotion when you could have calmed down, took control of everything and navigated the situation even better. Like it's a bunch of books that talk about, just that in general, having an understanding that you are in control. You have control over, where you going in life, how you react to something. Can't nobody make you do something. Nothing.
right.
You made that decision. You
Exactly.
made that decision, and it's not like it's nothing wrong with not being in the streets, not living up to the narrative of being tough. Yo, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. The toughest people I know, they all 32 shows.
Exactly. Like,
Like,
every
yo,
T.
they probably the happiest. Yo, they probably like perceived as the happiest individuals. Like, seriously, the coolest
Right,
people, but like they are not out here trying to like play the live up to this image. They want to
right.
stay away from
They
like,
want to
yo, I'm
stay
trying to
from
stay away from this stuff. Like,
exactly.
no, I want to stay away from that. It's nothing wrong with not living up to that narrative and just staying away from the street. Like, yo, it's actually cool and thorough to not be in it. And the people that's in it,
Exactly.
yo, they tell people, yo, you don't want to be
Don't want to
involved. Like you
manage.
don't want a lot of them. Yo, I'm trying to get out of it.
I'm
Like,
trying to get out.
I'm trying to get out of it. You don't want to be involved in these type of activities at all. People that's in it, they tell you, yo, I'm trying to get away from it. I'm
Exactly.
trying to do something different. That's exactly why we need more examples of people that's doing, not even more examples, because there's a lot of examples.
It's a lot.
We need to highlight the people that are doing the positive
Positive
things and
things.
pushing that stuff out so other people can get inspired and continue to do these great things.
Exactly.
Like, do these great things. Because there's a lot of stuff that people, young individuals do amazing things, great things, and they just get swept under the
Under
rug.
the rug.
Like, it gets swept under the rug. I'm going to keep shouting out my man, George Lane. He's coming to Temple this semester, but he's doing a lot of great things. He's a Gates Scholar. You know what the Gates Scholarship
What's
is?
that? Break that down.
So Gates Scholarship is a scholarship that's funded by Bill and Melinda Gates.
Mm-hmm.
They select 750 students to fund their whole college experience, and I believe the applicants is in like the 40,000 or something like that. So I believe I think he said it was like two like segments. You gotta get through the initial process, and then there's like the second one, and that's where they really break it down to 750. They go through 40,000 plus applicants, and they break that down to a number, and out of that second number, they pick 750.
Yeah.
And
They
he
hold,
was.
you just say they do like interviews or something. I think I might have seen you talk about this on one of your podcasts.
I know they flew. I know they all of the 750 scholars. They were flown out to Arizona for a summit.
Okay.
And they all got a chance to meet all of the people who do
Right.
they handle all the stuff behind the scenes, meet each other,
Okay.
and he was telling me all about it. And I was like, yo, like, how was that experience? And he literally said a lot of the people that are behind the scenes, they are like they have the scholarship, and he was like, yo, a lot of them, their family, their kids, they are also Gates scholars. And he was like, yo, the application, he's like, people would, like, I was telling him, like, I was aware of that scholarship,
Right.
but people don't really think like they can get that. You are inspiration that people from our environment are able to go out and, get that scholarship. He's like, yo, it's not really as difficult as people think it is.
Yeah.
They just want you to submit, essay, do all of that and show like how can what you do, how can you have an impact on your community?
Right.
And with all of this stuff that he's doing, he done had a law passed. He's real involved down at City Hall. He works beside Isaiah Thomas. Mm-hmm. All of that stuff has an impact on the community. And that's like what he's big on, is inspiring people in his community and just being able to put things in place so that the younger generation or just his peers can have, a better and safer environment. Be in that space. And he's like, yo, that's all that's about.
Yeah, let me talk about this. Like, there's some people in the community that a lot of people might not know, but they really make an impact. Like, I talked about Mont Brown earlier. We might have not done business directly or whatever, connections, whatever. Like, I had his phone number, talk a little bit here and there, but he's from Southwest and he does exactly what I wanted to do. Yeah. And something that he said when he was giving a speech, when he gave this speech, this is when he just got the block named after him. I walk on that block all the time when I used to just walk to the barbershop or whatever. That block, Mont Brown way, whatever. Something he said that stuck with me is he said, when you find your passion, you find your purpose. So my passion is music. Now I know my purpose. I want to get into the music world. And he does givebacks, things like that.
He doing a lot. I haven't, had it, encountered him, but I hear a lot about him and all of the stuff that he do. He does a lot of great things.
Who else I can think that do good things? Like No More Foundation. I remember with Humble, I seen him a lot.
Shout out to Mr. Noma. That's my guy. Shout out to Mr. Noma.
Big Duke, he did a couple of giveaways in Southwest down Myers or whatever.
It's crazy. My first ever community event.
You did with Big Duke,
I did with Big Duke.
Yeah,
Reach One, Teach One. Yeah. Reach One, Teach One. My first ever community event. Him and Zay came to my high school, and they end up giving hoodies away, to everybody. And I'm like, yo, it was me, my little brother, and a couple other people. We had this idea for a community event. We like, yo, we just gonna holler at Duke or Zay and see like if they can help us out.
Right.
And from that conversation, he was like, yo, take my number. We gonna talk. He's like, I got a lot going on, but take my number, send me all the details. I'm gonna be in touch with y'all. We talked, and then he ended up coming back out to the school to have another conversation with us, and we talked, and he's like, all right, yo, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna talk to who I gotta talk with, but we gonna get this done. And from there, it was on. It was on, and we had the event. The event went great. Mr. Nomo came out. and a bunch of other people. What's his name? One Punch. One Punch came out.
Uh-huh.
A ton of other people that Duke is connected with came out, and yeah, the event went great. So definitely shout out to Big Duke. I got my head to get him on too.
Right.
He got to give out some game because all of them holding it down for Southwest. Duke, Ant Brown,
And Brown.
you, Trill, Southwest doing their thing, man.
You know, we've been stuck on for too long.
Yeah, like Southwest doing
we've
their
been stuck
thing.
on for
I ain't
too
gonna
long.
lie.
And
Southwest doing their thing.
And I feel like, you know, we a lot of young people doing this. And Meek Mill, I met him one time, a slight encounter at a little sneaker convention. I work with Humble, gave him all that, right? But some he says, and he said his concert. I'm a big Meek Mill fan. I gotta meet Meek like on a small room joint. I met him at a big joint. I met at a personal joint because he's one of the people. They say all this Diddy stuff, bro. We from Philly. I know. We ain't listening to all that propaganda and all that.
Meek me in my bag. Yo, Meek me in my bag for real.
And something he said when I went to the Roots picnic, he said, when a young boy tell me I'm coming, no Diddy, when I'm coming for that spot, I believe him. He said, because I was the same young boy that was telling people that was at the top, I was on my way up there, and they met me up there. So he said, when somebody tell me that they coming to the top, I believe them. So I'm telling you right now, no Diddy, I'm coming for the top, bro.
One person cannot hold the throne forever. They can't wear the crown forever. The torch will eventually have to be passed down. If you are in a space of, you the one making the decisions, you can't make the decisions forever. You're gonna eventually get to a point where it's like, I can't do it no more. I gotta pass the torch. That's all that's gonna happen. If you think we get a new president every 4 years, we get new elected officials every 4 years. It all changes. It all changes. Somebody cannot hold one spot forever. We get new best trending artists every year, every couple months. New best stream artists, top stream art, all of that stuff. It functions. It's not just one person holding that position. The torch has to be passed down, and that's all that this platform is trying to do. We just bridging the gap, highlighting young individuals, bringing individuals who are already in these spaces to give game to younger individuals, so the torch can just continue to be passed down. That's it.
And something I always say is, I say I'm gonna be the biggest person. I used to say I'm gonna be the biggest person to come out of Southwest, but I changed my mindset to I'm gonna be the biggest person to come out of Philadelphia. Music A&R, concert promotion. That's what I'm kind of headed for right now. Even just the music industry, but that's gonna help me build a way. I want to do give back to the community or whatever. I want to just seeing my Brown get his name on a block that I pass all the time. Yeah. That could be me. Like,
nah, for real.
I'm gonna be the biggest coming out of Philadelphia.
Listen, y'all hearing it right. Y'all hearing it right now. And it's crazy because a lot of people don't even think to get into that lane. I'm gonna be an artist.
Everybody gonna be the artist. They don't know. Artist. I love music. I didn't made a couple songs, but I'm not an artist. Like, I did it just because I wanted to. But the music world, I'm doing this because that's my passion. That's gonna be my purpose. Like, you see, like I said it before in the interview, you see the person that's in the front or whatever. You don't see the people that's behind putting the work in. We're the ones that's important. We're the ones that make it happen. And when you do that, like, it don't feel like a job to me. Like, I say to my cousin all the time, I'm doing a little manager stuff for him or whatever. It don't feel like a job to me. I get happy from doing it. Like, or I did this, or I tell him all the time, we're gonna be the biggest person out of South. I want to say out of South, we're gonna be the biggest person in Philly right now. The rap scene is dying down. He hot.
Trill doing this thing.
He hot, bro.
All I ask, Trill, can we please get motion on Apple Music?
No, for real. He kept putting it. You saw on YouTube, bro. He just dropped a new tape.
Yeah, can we please get motion on Apple Music? Cause I ain't gonna fraud. Yo, motion, like, that joint really had me in my bag. Like, I ain't even
the stuff he be saying be motivated.
Yeah, I be in the car. Listen, damn, like, yo, yeah, I gotta keep grinding.
I gotta keep grinding.
No,
cause it's just like the work gonna pay off, and I'm not sure he's gonna ask me in an interview, but I'm gonna say it now. Like, the things that I'm headed for right now, I'm about to graduate college. I want to hop right into the lane. I'm already in the lane with him with the music stuff, but I still want to do multiple things. I want to get into the music A&R, well, that's kind of with him too, but I want to get into the concert promotion. So even if I don't work with Dope Shoes, when I get out of college, I want to work with them. If I don't work with them, I want to work at Live Nation. I say Live Nation, a lot of people don't know what Live Nation is. They're the biggest. Every concert you see, Live Nation puts on the show. Yeah, don't nothing get through without Live Nation. They're the biggest concert promotion in the world. So I want to get with them. I applied for a couple internships. I didn't get them, but I always say I'm not gonna let it discourage me, because I know all those people that got accepted, they ain't got the same drive as I got. Like, they're not gonna put in the same work in that I got. So I'm gonna keep on working until I get there. Like, that's what I'm saying.
So what's the steps that you gonna take to get, be able to get in these spaces?
So internships, I applied for the internship. I didn't get it. I'm going to apply again. I'm going to possibly see who I can reach out to. People have a lot of these things about who you know and what they can do. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to try to make some more connections, get me in there. Yeah, that's just keep on grinding. I always make a way out of no way. Like back in the days, everybody didn't know me. Now a lot of people see what I'm doing. They know me now. Like
Yeah.
that's just for me. Keep on grinding, being who I am, and being authentic. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm keep grinding. That's it.
Keep grinding, and that's how you gonna make it happen. You gonna make a
Yeah,
way. You put the work in. That's it. Everybody that's in these spaces, they talk about it. Yo, they didn't put in years of work, 8 years, 10 years, 15, 20, and now they here and we
they
thinking they
here.
blew up overnight. No, they've
Nah,
been
they put the
putting a
work
lot of
in.
work in behind the scenes. Like
Lights
light. No,
Friday.
yo, lights is one of them. People don't know. Lights has been putting work in for
For
years, for a
years.
long time. Yo, I found one of Lights' first tapes in my basement. And I sent it to him. I'm like, hey, big bro, look at what I found. He like, damn, that's old as
That's
shit. I'm
old.
like, no, like Lights really been doing this thing for a long time. Like a long time. One of my favorite songs, one of my favorite songs from Lights ever is on this album, The Switch Up. That was Lights Cameras. Now this is
Yeah,
the
can't. They
new.
don't know about that
I'm
lights. They don't
saying they
know
don't
about
know
that
about Lights
lights.
Cameras. They Lights. That's what no, but Lights Cameras. Before it was Lights Cameras, and bro was putting in grinding
Grinding, bro, for
grinding for
years.
years.
And somebody else that I commend, he just like me. He a student of the game. Friday.
Yeah.
Friday put so much work in behind the scenes until he came out as Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember when I found out he was from Philly. It was right before he did his Meek. When Meek did the 20-year anniversary. I mean, no, 10-year anniversary. That
Mm-hmm.
was one of the best shows I ever seen, by the way. Which was put on by Dope Shows.
Shout out to them.
When Friday came out, before I found out he was from Philly, he was producing, he was doing this, he was doing that, and then he came out, and the way he came out, people didn't even know he was from Philly. Like, but once they
Yeah,
found out
I
he was from Philly,
recently
when
found
you
out
get
he was
Philly
from Philly.
behind you, you could be the Philly is one of the biggest cities in the world. When you get Philly behind you, you can do whatever. Like even something I commend right now, a lot of people was doing connections, like, but it'd be the people that's not really like in the beef. Like
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna talk too much about beef stuff. Like on the music world, when you can network with those people, you see you got Friday
Mm-hmm.
Meek, you got Meek Friday and Lights, you got uh Tour and Friday, you got
Mm-hmm.
Trill Mirror
Yeah,
and Tour. Like
all of them is really like connected, or they connecting one person to the next. Like you gotta network.
you
Like
got a
you
network,
gotta
bro. You're
do it.
gonna get farther.
Yeah, you gotta do it. It's only gonna take you way further. You can't do it alone. You can't be the quiet person in the room and try to get no. You gonna have to talk. Say, yo, what's up, man? Introduce yourself. Hey, my name is X, Y, and Z. I do da da da. Talk. Like it's
Talk.
nothing wrong with having a conversation. You never know where that conversation could take you. Go introduce yourself to somebody. You see somebody that you might look up to. Go introduce yourself to them. Even if the conversation don't go nowhere, you may be able to tell them a bit about yourself. Then they remember.
They know your
They
face.
remember. Oh, you was the one that came up to me, introduced, ain't your name? I probably don't remember the name, but don't you do X, Y, and Z? Yeah, that's me. You now y'all building a relationship that you wanted to initially build. Even if it don't get there right in there, bro just gave y'all an example. He done reached out to the dope shows and all for 3 years straight. 3 years. Started in 2022, didn't get connected with him until 2025. 3 years of dedication, man.
And people will tell you, I wasn't always how I am now, talkative. I was the quiet person in the room, but I always had a plan or a mindset of I'm gonna be big. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep doing it. So I'm a perfect example of somebody that stayed down until they time to shine, or like just they time to put the work in. I
Mm-hmm.
always was not always, but I was a quieter person, but I always talked to people and I made connections. Everybody like, dang, Maj, you know everybody, bro. I talk to people. Like,
Talk.
what you want me to
I
do?
hear that a lot. Yeah, it's like, yo, you know too many people. Or you
Yeah,
wherever you go, so I'm like, man, yo, what's up, bro? Bro, I just talk to people.
yeah.
I just talk to people. I connect with people. I
Good
listen,
personality,
like I
and I'm
just
funny
talk.
too. Like
Like,
people, I make
that's another
anybody
thing you
laugh.
add in
So
there. That's another thing
yeah,
you add in
tell you
there.
like I'm funny.
That's
Like
another thing you got add in
bro,
there.
I got a joke.
You authentic, and you funny. Yeah, you gonna
Yeah,
listen. You gonna go
bro,
far.
got a joke for
You gonna go
everything.
far.
Yeah,
You
tell you
gonna
they be like, Maj, big too much. Like
you gonna go far. That listen, you gotta talk to people. Gotta connect with people, especially if you have a business or you're trying to build a foundation for something. Relationships is worth way more than money, and it'll take you way farther. Just like I mentioned, that millionaire didn't say, yeah, time, knowledge, money, none of that was valuable. Access. Connect with people. You want access to information. You gotta connect with people. Connect with people who either got the knowledge or people who can point you in a direction to get the knowledge. Talk. Closed mouths don't get fed.
They don't.
They don't. Before we wrap up, I want you to lead the leaders with something to keep them going through all the tough times. Maybe they feel like down. They like, man, I don't know if I want to continue to grind no more, continue to put the work in. It could be a quote to live by, a book to read, a mentor. Give them something to keep them going.
Well, I said it a lot in this interview, but I always say it to everybody. Always make sure you got honesty, integrity, and respect, and just be your authentic self. Once you have those things, you'll be able to go farther in life. You'll make a lot of connections, and never be afraid to network. And I'm leaving y'all here. I get on my Instagram.
Go ahead. Listen, let them know where to find you. You manage and art. Listen, somebody on here. I mean, I need a manager. Somebody who's gonna really let them know where to find you.
Find me at my Instagram is 1xmajj__, and something I got coming up. I plan on doing a show, a concert. I call it what was I calling it? I was calling it a senior sound check. I'm about to do a concert at my college just to leave. I already have a stamped legacy at Kutztown. I want to leave them off with something right before I leave. So if you're an artist that want to perform, I really want to get a bigger artist to headline. So if you want to reach out, if you know somebody that can connect me with somebody, don't be afraid to reach out. It's going up.
Listen, I'm gonna put bro Instagram in the description just so y'all can y'all don't even gotta type it in. Y'all click the link. Y'all get right to him. Shoot him a message. Hey, I'm trying. I want to be able to be a part of the show. I can get you connected to somebody. But we just talked about it. Network. You never know where a relationship can take you, man.
Thanks.
Never know where it can take you. That's it for today's episode. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you for coming out,
Appreciate
man.
you for having me, my
Thanks
boy.
for giving game to the leaders. And y'all know the motto. We'll see y'all in the next one, man.